Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. On this beautiful Monday, June 23rd. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. We are in the season of every weekend, monumental things happen. It's huge historic news weekend, stressful as always, as current events continue to develop. There was obviously, everybody knows by now, the U.S. did strikes on Iran. Are we officially in World War III? Have we been in World War III already? What's going to be the repercussions? And is Iran going to be able to retaliate and make do on their promise to kill 50,000 American troops? These are questions that, will circulate the media over the next couple days, weeks as it develops. It's a crazy time.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, so many things happened over the weekend, both, in the sports landscape, the entertainment landscape. We're going to get to all that. There's good news to focus on as well. But, we can't ignore the major news that happened, and
nobody wants to be the ostrich in the sand sort of thing.
Right. So it's important to know that what is the purpose for our show, right? It's important to know the news and the global events that are happening in the world today, but it's important to get them from reputable sources. We are an entertainment comedy show, so we'll mention it. I won't knee jerk. I won't, I'm not doing a John Oliver deep dive. I don't necessarily have that type of staff with me. but yeah, I will know this
level.
We will be asking. We'll keep an eye on our gas prices. One thing's for sure: gas prices immediately started going up as Iran has shut that port down, and I think we'll just keep an eye on gas prices around town and buckle up. So things might get a little tight for the rest of the year. Financially, there's been experts predicting that, recession time is near. And with any kind of war, that the cost of living does go up as well. But there is somewhat silver linings and hopeful things that you're kind of seeing with, some of the news stories that are reporting, and maybe like there's rumblings about the Ayatollah and the administration or the government in Iran being upset with the Ayatollah, want to remove him completely.
The regime change.
Yeah, right. Again, I don't know. So that
Ayatollah is a cool sounding title. I don't care what politics aside, that is kind of cool sounding.
It is, yeah. I mean,
I'm an Ayatollah.
If you're a rapper and you had that, I know there was some professional wrestlers named Ayatollah back in the day, and that's, they were always the heel, of course, but it's not a bad name. It really isn't.
You know what the worst feeling too is hearing all this bad news that really it makes you look at yourself in a certain way, how you react to really traumatic things like that. And I remember looking at myself after I looked at my crypto account or my stocks. And I hated myself for a second because I was like, I'm over here mad that it went down like $100. And I'm like, there's death and suffering and people going through like hell on earth. And I'm over here going, damn it, fart coins down $20.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it. And there goes my week.
Well, yeah, I guess it helps put things in perspective when you're feeling a little down on yourself. Yeah. And I think, that's a silver lining, I guess, because we all feel a little bit down on ourselves sometimes for just, trivial reasons. And then if you really look at the grand scheme of things, but then that.
Oh, yeah.
But then when you have empathy, then you start feeling even more bad.
I know.
It's always tough.
Human things.
Yeah, it's always tough to start a show after, historical events like that. But we'll see what happens as it develops again. Yeah. All right. You got me sidetracked there. But all right. Well, like I said, there was other big things that happened over the weekend or just yesterday. We got a new NBA champion. Do you guys care about that? Oklahoma City Thunder beat the
Pacers.
Yeah, Indiana Pacers, Game 7. Indiana Pacers still yet to be able to get a championship. So that sucks for them. And was this the first time
that
for
Game 5? Did you watch Game 5 though?
Yeah, well, yeah, but the Game 5 was last week. But that was good. That comeback was good. The fact they went to 7 just is another piece of the evidence that there's a script. So yeah, it was good. And of course, SAG was no doubt the MVP of the series, and he was one of 4 players, I believe, that received MVP for the season, MVP for the finals, and MVP. MVP for the season and MVP for the finals, and then winning the finals. Michael Jordan's in that list. Shaq's on that list. I think maybe even Kobe's on that list. So and then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So that was a big, historic weekend for the NBA. So we have a lot of things to get to here, including UFC news, Morning Moron. But let's get into our listener bait. All this week, we're going to be giving away opportunities for you to go to Iron Chef for free. Also, of course, we got to go fly yourself. This week, we're going to attempt to fly you to the beautiful, Key West? Hold on, it's processing. Key West, Florida. All right. And so that's where you could have dinner in Margaritaville with no car needed, which is good because after a couple margaritas, you don't want to drive. And if you don't take the trip, you could always take $3,000 cash. You could use that to fill up your gas tank. Once. So that's good. So we'll be giving that away. And we have Volbeat tickets to give away all week long as well before they go on sale. Volbeat, the greatest of all tours worldwide, is making a stop at the Talking Stick Amphitheater on Saturday, July 26th, along with Hailstorm. And the Ghost Inside. So it's going to be a great show. And we'll be giving away those tickets a little bit later as well. So a lot of fun stuff to stick around for. Let's get the show going. Morning Moron's coming up after Falling in Reverse. Kicking things off with The Offspring on Rock 102.1 KFMA. But you know the name of the show. Let's go. Falling in Reverse, a bad guy on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's now 6:14 and time for your Morning Moron. Look, I'm all about freedom of speech and right to protest, right? So that is an American right. If you feel like there's injustice in the world, it is your right to state it and let your voice be heard, right? But I think it is important, if you're going to make any kind of protest statement, to wear pants. All right. So here's a situation of a Morning Moron of someone who was letting her outrage be known, but without pants. It happened in the small town of Boosie, Iowa. Boosie. Okay. Yeah. This is very fitting title. All right. So the police got a call around 4:25 a.m. about a naked woman setting up American flags on fire in Boosie, Iowa. Oh, yeah, she had her Boosie out. Everyone could see it. It was in the middle of the night. The cops responded. They found the 21-year-old Brianna with an American flag tied around her head, and she was not wearing any pants or underwear. All right. The flags were stolen from the city, and it sounds like they may have been displayed in the town. Okay. Now, I say protest. I don't know if it necessarily was a protest. It's unclear why Brianna was burning the flags, but cops found evidence of drug use, and she was kicking the officers as they tried to restrain her. All right. Now, they charged her with arson, assault, indecent exposure, theft, possession of drug paraphernalia, and desecration of a flag. And at the time, she was on probation for a marijuana possession conviction because it's Iowa, of course. And in 2022, she was convicted of driving under the influence. So she's a smoke show, right? Now, you can't really tell in the mugshot because in Iowa, their cameras are still, I don't know.
Potatoes.
They use it like they used a Polaroid and shook it.
A Nokia.
Yeah, camera while it's happening. But she's a young thing. And so they arrested her. So again, a lot of it is she was committing a crime. She would have been arrested anyways. But the fact that she was not wearing pants while doing so, and you had all these flags, could have wrapped up like a makeshift diaper, cover the Boosie up a little bit. Yeah.
You would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I said, I'm all about your right to protest and, freedom of speech and stuff. But of course, it's always a bad idea to, burn anything. And you just want to wear pants, especially, she could have burned something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a safety thing.
Yeah, it's a safety thing. I'm concerned about your bottom there.
OSHA approved protesting.
But, getting arrested naked is always going to make you a Morning Moron. There we are. Yo, 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 yo. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Going to do a little tease here. I've got a lot of things to cover. We welcome back Megan and James from the Tucson Hell Hounds. They're going to be joining us on podcast broadcast. Couple cool things that are happening here. First off, Tucson Hell Hounds are going to open up basically like a summer camp for kids in a way, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. How would we explain it? Get that mic close to you.
So the goal is to eventually have a summer camp program for them. Right now, it's mostly just kind of individual until we get the, ball rolling, so to speak. But,
okay. But like a youth program of sorts.
Yeah. So Tucson Hell Hounds is a chapter of ACW, which is a larger international.
Oh, we're going to get into that here in a little bit. Right now, we're just doing a tease, and we're going to get into the nuts and bolts in a little bit. And then we also want to raise money for the Celtic Festival as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're just on the podcast right now. We're going to pop on for a tease and get into all that. I don't want you to waste this information, Megan. We're live on the podcast broadcast, Rock 2.1 KFMA. We got James and Megan from Tucson Hell Hounds in studio. And this hour, we're going to talk about how we need to help out the Celtic Festival this year because last year they got rained out on day 3. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, it means they lost a lot of money. And this year they're struggling. It's an annual event that we love to participate in. And Tucson Hell Hounds perform, each and every year or have been for the past several years. So we're looking to do our service to try to help them out. We're going to get more information on that. And the Hell Hounds are actually providing a program for the youth, how your kids can get involved in this excellent way to be active and cosplay in a way. And I know that a lot of kids like to go to like Comic-Con and fully dress up as knights.
Oh, yeah, they do.
But they don't have like the skills to back it up.
You got to call them out.
That's where the Hell Hounds are coming in. All right. But on the podcast broadcast, I'm going to reveal to you the gayest thing I've done this week. So you got to join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Oh, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. And we'll be back with all that information and more after the funeral portrait. But first, here's Pantera with Cowboys from Hell on Rock 2.1 KFMA. Join us live on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah, that's a segue.
That's how you do a tease, baby.
Yeah. So got a lot to unpack. And I mean, I'll talk about this right now because I like secretly behind the scenes. You notice anything different about me, by the way? Have you seen? I mean, last time you see me, it's hard. You don't see me all the time.
We don't see you all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this like running endorsement with Renewed Medical Spa, right? Okay. And Svetlana there, and she's been kind of helping me like lose weight and everything and try to get energy, like starting to do some things. And they provide a lot of different services. And she was talking to me last week and she's like, now that you're like losing weight, your face is looking gaunt and you got bags under your eyes and shit. She's like, we need to do something about that. And I'm like, well, what do you mean?
Svetlana, what's going on?
Yeah. And so she's like, I want to do something with your face. I want to give you Botox and filler.
Oh boy.
Yes. And so, I'm like, like I trust people and I'm just like, okay, you're a client and everything. And I believe you. If you're telling me I'm ugly, I must be ugly. Right.
It's like, no, beef, not like that.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying.
If you're saying you can make me less ugly for free. Okay. Well, let me be your canvas of sorts. Yeah. So on Wednesday, on Thursday. So we went in and she did this. She talked to me about a bunch of stuff and then just went up and did it. And it was a bitch, dude. So girls, like I feel bad for women who do things and they all do this. And it's crazy too, because I talked to my girlfriends like Mari and Yaz. And their reaction was the opposite of what I thought they would be. Because I thought they would be like, no, you're perfect the way you are.
Oh, no.
You don't need to do that. They were like, no, hell yeah. Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't want to say anything about your crow's feet, but now that we're talking about it, you're like,
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever done this stuff, but it hurts like hell. And if you want to get a close-up look at my face and stuff, like you can't really tell much of a difference. There is some discoloration because I'm still kind of bruised. And it's like swollen, but I'm afraid it's going to continue to like set and like puff up, right? And I don't know, right? But I've had nightmares every single night because I see other radio colleagues, and there's some locally and there's some nationally.
Yeah.
I'll call out the national ones, like John Jay. Like, I'm like, don't make me look like John Jay. Like, there's a puffy face, there's a puffiness to these guys, right?
There's
like
an undeniable physical, like, you can't help but notice.
Yeah,
sort
dude.
of thing.
I'm like, I don't need a puffy face. If I got bags under my eyes, I burn those bags. She's like, you look tired. I'm like, well, newsflash. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm fucking tired. Right. So
I earned these.
Right. And you can't necessarily tell here, but you could kind of see the bruising, and maybe it will develop. And have you guys noticed like a difference at all? I mean, yeah, you said Jeff said beef gonna look like a puffer fish.
LOL.
So they got the Botox in too that like burned like hell to like kind of like alleviate the laugh lines. But at the same time, my arguments too is like, hey, I laugh. I've earned these motherfuckers. I'm funny, and I'm around funny people. But I don't know. So
sign of a good life.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I got pictures.
We just can't wait till beef comes in with like duck lips in like 2 weeks. It's like, what do you mean? What's different? I'm like, nothing.
I won't do the duck lips.
Okay.
I won't do anything. And I was like, okay, because my nightmare in like I've been having dreams where it's gonna continue to like puff up. I'm gonna be unrecognizable, and then I'm like, you got to go in and get it out, right?
Yeah.
So you could do that, which is good. They do have the technology to put in the stuff that makes the filler go away, and it goes away after like 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, gayest thing I've ever done so far.
So far,
yeah,
we can help with that. We'll get you some ice packs to put on.
I've had to
cucumbers.
do that. Oh, that's the thing. On night one,
Yeah.
which is crazy, and you could probably relate to this too, because you're always doing like the combat, and sometimes you get sore. It's been a while since I've been punched in the face, but I've been in fights before, so you know that feeling where you got like a shiner and shit, and you're laying down, and you're like, like that uncomfortable feeling. So the first night for sure. I felt like I got in a fight, and I had like 2 kind of little swollen eyes. I'm like, that's a reminder of that, which kind of makes it manlier, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
just put like a frozen steak on it.
I did. I was
There you
doing.
go.
I did. I went into.
Perfect.
I got frozen ground beef. I did like was putting it on my eyes, like I was an MMA fighter, and trying to make these feel as masculine as possible.
I got in a fight.
Yeah, and I would have if it was noticeable the next morning on Friday morning, because I had to talk with. I had my sunglasses on bay. First off, I was coming up with some kind of alibi in my head. I was gonna get jumped by 10 bums, and I took them all out, but I got a couple shots in.
Should have seen the other guy.
Yeah, should have seen the other guy kind of thing. Was what I was gonna do. It sucked, and wasn't happy about it, but I will be if the results are good. And luckily, it's not that noticeable. And you didn't notice, you didn't go home on Saturday night and be like, "What the fuck happened to Beef's face?"
No, we did not.
But she just brought something good up. If we do join that league, we can always come back and say, Hell Hounds.
Yeah,
that's right. Which sounds badass.
Yes, absolutely.
Another Hell Hound night.
And I should. It'd be a good. Yeah, I'll show you.
Don't tell anybody. I really got this by a night hit me.
Yep.
Exactly.
Full metal gauntlet.
I said, I don't need a helmet. Everyone else can wear a helmet, but not me. Put a sword to my face.
Even with the helmet, you can get a concussion. So, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, I know. I mean, you guys are taking shots like straight to the head there. So, yeah. Yeah, but okay, if you guys can't notice on the stream, then that's good, and we'll see how it develops and the bruising goes away. Good. I've hung out with a bunch of people over the weekend. Nobody said anything, and like I said, like my, Yaz and Mari, who all have had like Botox and stuff, couldn't have been happier. And I'm like, whoa.
One of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
Now the next thing, what I have to do is say hard no to the penis enhancement that they offer as well, because she went into big detail on that. She's like, I mean, you can't make it longer, but you can make it girthier. And everyone's like, we can always use a little extra girth. But if it hurt half as bad, which it's going to be twice as bad as it in the face, I'm like, that's...
How about we don't do that?
Right.
Yeah, let's give that one split, Lana.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're back on the podcast broadcast and or back on the air, and we won't talk about what we were just talking about on the podcast broadcast. What we want to talk about instead is first and foremost, let's talk about the Celtic Festival. Each and every year, Celtic Festival happens at Rito Raceway Park, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a huge, massive event that offers food, music, spirits, and of course, it's all about the Celtic culture. And the Tucson Hell Hounds actually put on exhibitions as part of the fun that happens at the Celtic Festival. But this last year, unfortunately, on day 3, they got rained out, which took a ton of income in. and it hurt them moving forward. So where are they at right now, as far as of putting on this Celtic Festival?
They're struggling.
Yeah.
They are doing everything they can to do all kinds of fundraising. In fact, this Friday they have a bingo game at one of the American Legion, one of the American Legions, and we can send you all that information. So
Absolutely,
we can get that out. But they're doing fundraising to make sure that we're getting everything in that they need to put it on.
Right.
So we need vendors. They need vendors. We need participants for the Highland Games. We need people to come out to watch our tournament.
Right. Is your tournament happening this Friday as well, or no?
This Friday, no.
It's just the bingo.
Yeah. It's just the bingo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. A bingo game with fighting.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
Look,
I said I got a blackout.
Yeah, we just saw a Metal Fest with fighting and night fighting at WrestleMania, which was fantastic. Seeing the Tucson Hell Hounds not only do an exhibition on the floor with a big circle pit, which again was not approved by the Rialto Theater. And I apologize for making that executive decision and immediately got yelled at afterwards, but nobody got hurt, which was good. So no lawsuits can ensue. But then afterwards, the Hellhounds actually were on stage during Jonathan Russell's performance as well.
Amazing.
And little choreographing and like Britney Spears backup dancers, but with swords.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to all your crew, and you, of course, for not only going out there and performing, but it was a hot night.
Yeah.
And you guys were in full gear, with like 60 pounds worth of like armor. Is that a safe estimate?
That's 60 to 70 pounds, about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For our
Everything
guys,
that you grab, like James is like, here, grab this. And then you grab it. And it's like, one of those prank videos. You just drop to the ground. Like, oh my God, that's heavy. And they were in full outfit the entire night and got on stage multiple times and did exhibitions. So they put in work for this. And I know
Gallons
that
of sweat.
Yes, I know that people were appreciative of that, but it was no easy feat by any means. And there was even some night pole dancing, which is fascinating.
Yeah,
So,
Justin got a little crazy.
Yeah. Who are the other guys that dressed up? Because they all deserve a shout out.
You had Justin Parasat, you had Sam Klein, you had Charles Nagore,
who is our team captain.
Who's our team captain?
Yep. Anthony Mena and Cody Montoya.
And Cody Montoya.
Yeah, and James.
They drove all the way up from Clifton. They're our team out of Clifton. So
they made a trek to get out here with us. They actually have another league in Clifton called the Copperheads. They started with us, and once they got enough or people interested up there, they were able to start their own team up there.
That's awesome.
But they come down with us every once in a while, and it's a trek for them to get down here.
Oh yeah, so I don't even know where Clifton is.
Stafford,
Morenci.
Oh, okay.
Stafford,
Morenci.
Yep.
Okay,
It's a ways.
Yeah.
They all sound like the UK, so that kind of fits too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Honestly, and they probably have a lot of good farmland where they could just we'll just set up here. Yes. Yep. So the bingo night where we could help raise money for the Celtic Festival and have a good time in the process is happening at the American Legion's Post 7 this Friday night, and it's a fundraiser event that starts at 5 and goes to 9.
Saturday.
Saturday?
June
Saturday, yeah. My mistake. I thought it was Friday night. Saturday, yeah.
Okay. I don't even see. Yeah, it does say Saturday. No, I said Friday, and it wasn't your bad at all. All right.
I'm the dummy.
I haven't had enough coffee to not be impressionable.
His eyes are bruised. He can't read right now.
Yeah.
I'm on the air. Nobody beat me up. Don't see that. No, so that's happening. We're sharing that information here on our podcast broadcast. But it looks like, is it 21 up in event? Because it's at the American Legion Post?
I don't know.
First off, I love Legions and VFWs and all that stuff.
Yes,
so you're talking like good drinks, strong drinks,
good stories.
Drinks, yes. And it's on 330 West Franklin Street. So you can play some bingo, raise some money for the Celtic Festival. And hopefully with these efforts, the Celtic Festival will be up and running again, and we'll be talking with the organizers yet again, because it's just too good of a time to let it not happen again. We need that as an annual event.
I know they're close on their fundraising, and that they just need all the help they can get right now.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And we're going to share this information on our Instagram page as well. Will Rico be a Tucson Hell Hound? Well, we're going to try to talk him into that as well. We have a lot more that we're going to get to here in Rock 102.1 after music for 9 Inch Nails, but we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Claire. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's a hell yes, brother. But I need a name.
You don't.
Oh.
I gotta
name.
earn a name. Yes, I do.
You have
No, you
Rico.
don't. You got
Rico the something.
Rico the something.
Yeah.
All right.
Rico the
Rico the
Ravager.
Rage.
There you go.
Rico the Rage Hound.
Not LARPing. This is you just need your name. That's all you need.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all right.
That's
You,
true.
You'll earn nicknames as it happens.
Exactly.
You
It's gotta be
absolutely
earned.
will learn nicknames.
That's true.
Rico the Rabbit. I'm like, rabbit?
right.
Why? Because you're hopping around the ground, like squirming around.
Or
Sad.
you're running away from us so fast we can't
Exactly.
catch you.
Yeah.
Hey, we need those too, though.
Spry.
That's
I'll
a, that's
give
a
you,
tough act to get into. Being spry in armor.
Mm-hmm.
What about Sir Ricardo the Valiant?
Sir
Ricardo the Valiant.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah. Or Sir Rico of Iron Ridge.
Iron Ridge.
Yeah, I went to Mountain Ridge.
Eh,
Yeah, let's.
sounds like a town next to Apache Junction. I'll take it.
All right. What about? Okay, let's get more like character based. Sir Flex a lot.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure we know a guy that can mix that, make that a song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got a guy.
We got a
Okay.
guy.
We got a guy.
Sir Chiseled Chestplate.
Chisel shit.
Sir Muscle Snatch of Bicep Bay.
See, these names are good up until I get there. And there's like a guy 2 times, 3 times, 4 times the size of me. And he's like, really?
Yeah.
That's your
It's
name?
supposed to be ironic.
The guy named Tiny that's like gigantic.
Sir Muscle Snatch. Yeah, I like
Muscle Snatch.
Yeah, muscle snatch. Here's the muscle snatch. It's like, are you buff and a pussy? What you got, man? Snatch?
Come and get some. Please don't.
Oh God.
You know, it's funny. Speaking of that, we did that Morning Moron that I played a clip of, and it was from Bussey, Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
It's Bussey, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's the way I want to pronounce
That's
it.
how we
Boosie.
pronounce it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're gonna do from
Bussey.
now on.
It was Bussey,
Boosie.
Iowa. And, God bless her. We had a phone call, but it's also at the same time, like when a listener thinks that you're so stupid, they want to help you
They want to correct
and
you.
correct you,
Yeah.
but in a very like kind way. So she called up, and unfortunately, my Vox Pro was on the Fritz when I first recorded this. But she called up, and she's like, "Beef, I just want to give you a heads up. It's pronounced Boise." And I'm like, no. I know how to read
Yeah,
Boise.
yeah.
Like,
It's the
you know,
eyes.
yeah. She
Yeah.
can't see it. She couldn't see that, James. No, that's. I will show you. Okay, let me show you these pictures here.
She was so confident, too, that she corrected you. She was like, come on, Beef. It's Boise.
I know.
I'm like, no.
It's not. It's not
Boise.
Boise. All right, I will show you some pictures that Chloe sent me that I feel like you could kind of see the difference in my face, the puffiness, and when I smile. And these pictures looked all right. Chloe was one of the dancers on the pole. You can see right there on the screen.
With a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, she was. So does my face look? First off, you don't see the dark circles under my eyes, which I guess was good,
No.
right?
Is that no filter?
No filter.
Wow. You look shiny.
I do look. Well, I had that.
Hydrated.
Refreshed. He looks refreshed.
We were all sweating.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we were all a little dewy. That's fine.
Let me. I forgot. Okay, let me double down on my gayest thing I did this week.
Oh, there's 2.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm freshly spray tanned in this photo.
All right.
Dude,
So
you live in the desert. Go outside.
no,
Right.
it's
It's
dangerous
free.
outside. And I did. I was at the pool yesterday, right? To work on the real tan. Till then, I got the spray tan, and that's not great. So yeah, this is spray tan. I'm just so gated, but okay. But I do with my spray tan. I do like a girl sprays me down, but I do wear my underwear so I have a tan line, right? So I was with my friend Kat yesterday, and we we hook up and stuff. So we're at the pool, and then afterwards we hook up, and I said, get naked, and she's like, "Whoa, my God, your tan line is crazy!" And she's freaking out because it's a pretty prominent tan line, and I'm just like, yeah, I was out in the sun, and I'm trying to play it off, and then I'm
Catching some
like,
rays.
yeah, I'm like, all right, I spray tanned. All right. It's like, now it all makes sense. And then she goes, well, why didn't you just go naked and stuff? And I'm like, because if I didn't have a tan line, that's like super gay. If I had like a
Yeah.
tan butt, that's gay. White butt, straight.
Right.
Spray tan.
You're working the farms. You're doing things.
Yeah. I mean, I don't make the rules. I just abide by them.
She's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm very confused. So there you go. Yeah, it's been a very happy weekend. Earlier this morning, I forgot what we covered, but it went a little something like this. We'll be right back.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call right now at 600-KFMA. That's 605-362. And if Rico and I agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for the Iron Chef finale that's going down. Ooh. With that, there'll be a whole culinary experience. So you won't just be watching people cook. You'll be eating, then watching people cook, and see who our next Iron Chef champion will be between Chef Anthony Drumgoole of Oban Sushi or Chef Mackenzie O'Leary of Tenka Verde Ranch. It's going to be a battle for sure on Saturday, July 26th at Desert Diamond Casino's Diamond Center in Sayurita. You ready for the first email there, Rico?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Our first email is sent to me by Garrett. Garrett said, I once found out that my quote-unquote girlfriend that I've been emailing with was really a friend playing a prank on me. He asked me for naked pictures of myself, and I sent them to him.
God.
F my life.
That's a nightmare. Yeah, F my life for sure.
Yeah, dude, that's when a prank goes too far in many different ways. And
hopefully,
both
got.
Yeah, dude. Well, I think the friend pranking and stuff, it was definitely, he was way in the wrong. That's just weird on so many levels. Hopefully you're not friends with that dude anymore. Definitely F my life. And again, I get it. We all want to be in loving relationships. But you can't be fooled online, man. It's tough.
Trust issues, baby.
Yeah, dude. All right. Next email sent to me by Jackson. Jackson said, this weekend, a guy came into to a small coffee shop that I work at and got angry because I wouldn't accept his Starbucks gift card as valid payment. Right? We told him we clearly aren't a Starbucks. And he said, it's all the same-ish. Wow. And ended up throwing a punch at me. Yeah.
Damn.
F my life. What do you say?
Big time.
Man, what a
nightmare
moron.
Customer.
Yes, dude.
I hope he spelled his name wrong still, too.
Yeah. No, I don't think he got the coffee. So, F my life, dude.
Yep.
So, all right, next situation sent to me by Carrie. Carrie said, I realized just how fragile and idiotic my brother is. At a family gathering this weekend, I bought a giant box of popsicles for all the kids to enjoy. But he refused to let his sons have one because, according to him, it quote unquote looks gay. I swear my mother found him on the road or something. Hi, F my life for Carrie here.
Yeah,
I mean, there's ways to eat a popsicle that doesn't look gay, and if it looks gay to him, that's more about him
that's
than
on
anything
you,
else.
bro.
Yeah, dude. All right, next F my life sent to me by Seth. Seth said the only cute girl in my office made fun of me because I'm 27 and bring fruit cups with my lunch.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, fruit cups are delicious. But
it's a good back-to-back F my life here.
Oh, yeah? You think that's F my life as well?
No, I think that's Big Baby on this one.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fruitcake, but I have a fruit cup.
Yeah, you know what, Seth? Stand by your fruit cups. Be like, hey, they're delicious. Sorry, you don't enjoy nutrition and delicious fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even though they're probably not that good for you. It's probably all sugar, syrup, and stuff.
He probably eats them and goes, ooh, afterwards.
Yeah, make sure you don't make any noises when you eat those fruit cups, Seth. Besides that, I'll say Big Baby. Final Up My Life of the Day asks to be anonymous, and you'll understand why. She wrote, Beef. Today I found out that my boyfriend gave me a surprise birthday present. Herpes. Uh-huh. Now, it's not every day that I do this, but let's hit a sound effect for that. And I appreciate the email and your candid honesty for sure. But that's 100% an F my life. So where are we at here?
You got to find the herpes button.
Yeah, there's a herpes button I do have here. Where are you, herpes button?
Come on.
I know, I'll get there. Let's see. It's not this one. Oh, so sorry. I didn't mean that. All right, stop cheering. Stop cheering.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, here's the F my life. Super F my life.
Whoa.
Hopefully that'll make you feel better. All right, keep those emails coming. beef@kfma.com. We'll hit the reset, and when we come back, we'll give you an opportunity to win those tickets for Iron Chef. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I do care, but I do like it late too. Hey, we're back. Oh, sorry.
We're back.
Oh, hey.
I'll show you the tan line. So and it's okay. So I mean, we're gonna convince. James keeps asking me, you're gonna fight or whatever. You're gonna be a hellhound. And I'm like, dude, I get like Botox and spray tans. All right, look at there's the tan line.
Save it for the OnlyFans, dude. Easy.
I know.
My God.
That's what I really look like, and that's fake. And looking bronze though. The bronze fawns up in the building, which is good. And again, looks good poolside. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll start liking dudes. I don't know.
Who knows? Have you tried a Speedo before or no?
You know what? I don't think I could fit in a Speedo. Too much potatoes.
Have you seen people in Speedos?
I'm telling you, the potatoes.
they can
too
put
much.
a lot there. It's impressive how much those things can hold.
That's true. There's banana hammocks and stuff like that. I need an upside down banana hammock though. That's a problem. I'm like, yeah. It's not proportioned up top. It's all proportioned down below.
It's a plantain hammock.
Yeah, all potatoes, no meat. But that's the reason why I can't be in the Tucson Hell Hounds. But there's no excuse for you.
That's the reason. Like, yeah. Shut up. Moving on. I'm all ears, baby. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay,
love it.
Let's talk about the next. We're going to be on in about 15 seconds. You have an event in the works that you're going to be doing next. Do you know?
For the NX?
Yeah.
We're planning on doing another event at the Annex in either late November, early December. We don't have the dates yet.
Yeah, let's talk about the gym and what we're gonna be doing there. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back, Beef Vegan Presents. Got the Tucson Hell Hounds in the studio, and of course they have a gym. Right, you guys do this. This is where you could participate. Now I know the thing is we got Comic-Con coming up at the end of the summer. Tucson Comic-Con cosplay is always a big thing, but of course the Renaissance Fair is a big thing as well. And that kind of culture is combined, but also with the like combat and competitive type of sport that is the Tucson Hell Hounds and the official. What's it called again? The like
Boo Hurt is the name of the sport.
What is it? Boo Hurt?
Boo Hurt. Like butt hurt without T.
Okay. Yeah. Boo Hurt. Yeah. And what's the origin of Boo Hurt? The name Boo Hurt.
So Boo Hurt actually goes back to a actual historical references. That's where Harrow Knights trained back in medieval times. They do exactly what we're doing. They had blunted weapons and they would fight just like we do in full armor. We're doing the exact same thing. Right. Really, the only difference now is our armor is obviously a little more advanced, metal-wise and metallurgical, but we're still doing the same stuff. Yeah. And I got to hold all of the stuff because they have like mallets and swords. And what are some of their weapons of choice that? Me personally, I'm a two-handed axe.
I love how calmly that is. Like me personally,
well, I decapitate people.
Rico, you talked earlier about nicknames. I don't. It makes all of our weapons get nicknames too. Ooh. That two-handed axe, everybody is named Sorry because I'm really sorry if I hit you with it. It's 5.5 pounds.
I think it's more that they're sorry they got in the way.
Right? Who's apologizing?
We've got a couple one's named Compliance. One of our fighters has one named
Yes,
Compliance.
It's a 7.7 pound sword.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, they're heavy. They are blunted though. Obviously, it's not shaped or sharp, so it's not going to slice through anything. But yeah, you're going to get hit with it, and of course, you have the armor, which is good. When you take it off, are you all bruised up? I mean, how are you feeling? Honestly, once you have the armor that fits you properly and is made for you, it does its job. You learn to trust it. You learn to take the hits. Stuff still hurts. But
I mean, you still feel like you were in a car wreck the whole time. Right. Like a perpetual car wreck all day long.
Yeah. But it also toughens you up. Like, does it like kind of callous your body in a way?
It does. Yeah. A lot of what we do is mental. And that's why we have the gym and the training facility that we do is we train for this because a lot of people, they might be this. We've had them. We have guys that are strongest in the world. They can bench 500 pounds, but they can't make it through the round because, their head's not in the right place or they haven't worked on their mobility or other stuff. So that's kind of what
the adrenaline dump gets everybody.
The adrenaline dump gets everybody. The first fight for everyone is the hardest because your brain goes, holy cow, this guy's about to hit me with an axe.
Yeah.
And you have no idea how to trust your armor. I mean, It's insane.
To kind of
It's
lean
insane.
into it to make sure you're getting hit in a safe place.
Right.
and
How
stuff.
to take a hit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And we
Crazy.
saw in the exhibition on Saturday, what we did, we did a couple rounds, and then we were having the crowd kind of, vote on who they believe won the exhibition. But then if you had any, the wardrobe malfunction or armor break off, then that person automatically lost. So at one point, a guy had his thumb severed. Now the thumb piece, his actual thumb was still connected, but that flew off. So if this was an actual night fight,
Right.
then boom, got your thumb, right?
Yeah.
So then he lost that fight.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He-
automatically.
just because the armor failed, which happens all the time. A big part of what we do is caking terrier stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does get abused.
Yeah, and getting whacked. So yeah, now Nessa on the stream says sounds like fun. It is fun. It's super fun to watch. And then I know there's some of you out there that are thinking, hey, this would be fun to participate in, especially if you got a lot of energy. Now you're doing. It's not like a youth league, but explain to me what you guys are doing new at the gym that will involve the kind of bringing in a new crop of people who may be interested in doing this.
It's a lot of physical training, a lot of mental training. The Iron Thistle Academy is the name of the gym.
Iron
And-
Thistle.
Thistle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thistle.
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 The Iron Thistle Academy.
Uh-huh.
No. Iron Thistle is the name of the school essentially, and it's a health and wellness facility. So anything that pertains to getting fit, those are the groups that are coming in. But there are some specific groups that would eventually age into the league that we have. So
Right.
the
Yeah,
ACW, a lot of it's 18 and over.
You have to be 18 to put on the armor and fight.
Oh yeah,
Right,
of course.
right.
But this is such a great way for kids to get active.
Correct.
Also, kind of learn about that culture, and I'm sure the medieval times and everything else while you're doing
Yeah.
this.
So we start them out around 8 years old, generally. And we work on the tenets of chivalry, what it means to be a knight. And then we work into the fitness and the sword work. And of course, when I say sword work with kids, it's buffers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but that's fun
It's
for them. I
super
mean,
similar
yeah.
to Taekwondo gear that they
they get
use,
to come in and have
sparring
fun
gear.
and learn some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's teaching them sportsmanship.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, before they get to the point where they're in armor and they're just a brawler on the field and creating a bad name for themselves, we teach them sportsmanship is the tenets really that they learn.
Yeah.
And that's the headspace, it's the training, it's the dedication, it's taking care of their gear. It's not just something you can jump into and think, I'm going to be the biggest, baddest fighter.
Right.
We've got plenty of those and they all get hurt.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and that's not what we want in the sport. It's an amateur to professional sport,
Yeah.
similar to MMA, and you can't just do it. You have to learn how to get into it and how to do it safely. And
Yeah.
realistically, that's what we want for everybody is to feel better about what they're doing, learn how to get fit in a totally different way, because getting healthy sucks. Really,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
boring. It can
Yeah.
be super boring.
But
And-
when you're having fun
Yes.
and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just and you're almost like imagining you're role playing that you're in
Yes.
these times and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah. Then all you're doing is just basically fighting to survive, all that fun stuff. And then
absolutely,
at the end of the day, you burn a lot of calories, you can gain a muscle.
Yeah.
And
And
sweat.
everybody's
You gain
friends.
one muscle.
Yeah. Muscles. How can people get information if they want to kind of get their kids involved in this and find out more?
We are still in the building process. So Iron Thistle officially opens on July 1st. So nothing's really open, but ironthistleacademy.com is how you can get in touch with us directly for everything that we offer there for health coaching programs and everything. TucsonHellHounds.com is specifically for that team
Nice.
and the Boo Hurt sport. And all of it goes to between all of us. So if
Yeah.
you get in touch with us in any way on those ways, Facebook, Instagram, you can follow us there and look for events that we've got coming up. We're hoping we'll be at con, but we might not be fighting. We probably won't be fighting there, but we'll be at
that
con.
might be a liability
Yeah.
and stuff. Good to see you at con.
Yeah.
In the parking lot,
Yeah.
maybe. We'll see.
And that's something else about the sport. A lot of people think that it's just us locally doing it here. It is a state, regional, national, international sport. We
Yeah.
fight worldwide.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
every country. In fact, IMCF championships are happening in Houston, I believe, here coming up pretty soon.
Are you going to participate in that?
I'm not,
Okay.
but there are teams coming from all over the world to participate in it.
I
Yeah,
think
crazy.
our Phoenix.
I think some of our Phoenix
team
guys, the
probably
Blood Eagles, are going.
Yeah.
Okay, the Blood Eagles. Well, I mean, Arizona has to represent somehow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our territory.
Yeah, just in
Yes.
Arizona, we have 3 full teams in Arizona.
Ah, nice. Yeah. And with one Tucson, right?
Tucson,
Yep.
Phoenix,
Tucson Hell
and then Morenci.
Where is he?
The Copperheads, Clifton Copperheads.
Clifton.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Clifton. Yeah. That was nice. Well, make sure you guys follow Tucson Hell Hounds on Instagram, social media, and don't forget those websites again are
IronThistleAcademy.com and TucsonHellHounds.com.
excellent. Yeah, you got to get more information on that. We're going to go down the rabbit hole, talk more about that on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more right after music from Rammstein and the Perfect Circle on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Rammstein.
Yeah, we got some Rammstein.
That's my guy.
Yeah. The Du Hast, and that's great too because, I
He's
had a
repping
guy.
Germany in the competition. He's fighting. Like, yeah, of course he is.
Who's usually like when they go into the world championships, like you're talking to one in Houston, who's usually the team to always look out for coming in as the favorite?
Russia or Poland.
Oh, yeah, those fucking Russians.
Well,
we talked about that last time.
International levels because, well, the difference is, so here we all do it as an amateur sport. We all have we work 6 days a week and do our normal stuff, and then we fight. These guys Russia actually pays them to train
it's
7 days a week.
sport.
That's their job.
Yeah.
So
It's the same observations we make with like the actual UFC fighters, like the one from Georgia that just won. He said the Muslim Russians, are like, those guys are just beasts.
Yeah, they are beasts.
They're
There's
built
no
different.
stopping. Speaking of UFC, we didn't talk about this yet, but John Bones Jones retired as the UFC heavyweight champion after getting another DUI.
Another one.
It's such a sad story that you're going to see on this. I mean, a lot of people thought, and I'm one of those people thinking he was kind of afraid to fight Tom Aspinall, who was the interim champion, the British kid. John Jones is 37 years old, so that's like ancient for MMA.
Yeah.
So it was there, but he was dragging his feet. We saw it coming. Like he wanted fuck you money. He was being a diva, but he is his own worst enemy, dude. Cocaine and alcohol. The guy cannot call an Uber at all ever to save his life, dude. And it was another scenario where he ran into a tree, right? Got out of the car and ran and left the woman that he was driving with behind again.
Yeah.
That information came out after he made a statement saying, respectfully, I'm going to step away from the sport. And you think it's like, oh, yeah, good for him, right? But the whole thing was bullshit.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man.
I know, dude, because a lot of people consider him as the greatest to ever do it, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's not like a bombastic guy in interviews either. He's very low key, very humble. So it's kind of even sadder to see that happen.
Yeah, but the reality is he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And in person, you don't even want to cross his path. He puts on the good front, but he is a guy that's will probably end up in prison and then probably, murder some people while in prison. But you kind of have to have that psychopath switch to be, the best MMA fighter in the world.
Yeah.
And wanted to decapitate people. But yeah, this is the statement that he put out. Today, I'm officially announcing my retirement from the UFC. This decision comes after a lot of reflection. I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for the journey I've expressed over the years. For the first time I stepped into the octagon, my goal was to push the boundaries of what was possible in this sport. Becoming the youngest UFC champion in history, defending my title against some of the best fighters in the world, and sharing unforgettable moments with fans across the globe. These are memories I'll cherish forever. I faced incredible highs and some tough lows, but every challenge has taught me something valuable and made me stronger, both as a fighter and as a person. He goes on to thank, the bosses of the UFC, and he says, as I close this chapter in my life, I look forward to new opportunities and challenges ahead. And again, this on the surface is like, oh, that's a great statement. But I think he was released from jail moments before he released, he literally got arrested the day before. And before it got out to the news that he was arrested for his umpteenth DUI, probably cocaine, that was his thing. He's cocaine and alcohol.
Nice.
Yeah. The guy parties hard. And it's such a disappointing turn of events. And, especially for fight fans who wanted to see that fight. And it's like, not only did you kind of puss out, but then you're letting your demons. Yeah. For a guy who's undefeated in the ring, you are 0 and 7 in life.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Become a champion in life.
So how much time do you give it till he becomes a commentator? 6 months?
No.
No.
Well, let's get him past his probation. Right?
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still have Daniel Cormier, who's never
him
been
and Cormier
arrested. Yeah.
together.
One of Cormier's best lines in the in a presser when they were about to fight. I think he dropped some like cocaine abuse allegations on his way. Like, I don't. I forgot the actual quote.
The girl on social is doing the what's her name, Maria? I think that's doing a lot of the UFC. Dana hired her to do a lot of the commentary interviews with the guys. And when she was talking, I just saw this 2 days ago. I think it was like her talking to Bones, and she's like, "Yeah, what'd you study in college?" She's like, "Criminal justice," and she's like, "Oh, that's ironic."
Yeah, did she say that?
Yeah. He's like, "Hey."
No? I mean, yeah.
Like, damn.
I mean, you've been dodging these serious charges, and obviously money has done it. I mean, there's a couple things I'll remember from the legacy of John Jones. One of them was that he would actively avoid getting like drug tested. At one time, there's a rumor or like, what is it? Almost like legend has it, if you will. The USDA or whatever, ASADA, came to test him, and they do this randomly. And he hid underneath the octagon ring in his gym. And they're just like, yeah, we haven't seen him. And he was hiding under there for like over an hour.
Oh my God.
As ASADA was looking for him and just kind of waiting.
Just peeking out.
Yes. And then, word got out of that. And it wasn't probably even because of steroids. It was probably because of cocaine and shit, but he also had cocaine allegations. So when you talk about greatest of all time, it's so, marred in controversy. Could you even look back and say, was he really the greatest, or did he kind of cheat, take shortcuts, and also self-destruct so many times that it shouldn't even count?
Well, anybody that gets to that level, I mean, your personal life has to kind of match what you do in the ring too. You've got to have that discipline to lead a good life.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that he's kind of like a garbage person. Is he like, I'm going to say garbage person because there are allegations of like domestic abuse as well. And if you get that high and drunk, then that's going to happen as well. It's the whole thing is shitty and just a big black eye on, MMA and the UFC, because Dana White sucks this guy off like continuously, verbally, of course, talking about how great he is. But it's a bad look for Dana too. Be like, this is your guy, your golden goose, and he couldn't even like get his shit together.
Bones could win in the ring, but he couldn't win his own fight.
Right? Yeah, I know. So it will be interesting to see now that Tom.
I was gonna say that's why you see guys like Kebab and Marab. These guys that are just dominating, but they're super religious, super clean, super kind, but they're just beasts.
Yeah, there was a little viral clip of Khabib, right? Khabib was one of the first of the like Muslim Russian badasses. And of course, he rose to fame by beating handily Conor McGregor. But of course, they're uber religious. You respect it to a certain extent because the Muslim religion very strict on a lot of things, including interacting with the opposite sex. Well, straight edge for sure. But there was a viral clip where Khabib showed up to a post game of like a soccer game, right? It was like World Cup or whatever, one of the things. And there was a female reporter, right? So he comes in, he shakes the hand of the male, correspondents. And then the female reporter puts her hand out, right, to shake his hand. And he goes, he puts his hand over his heart and he's like, nice to meet you. Right. And she quickly realizes, that she was in the wrong because she realizes his religion, his beliefs. She apologizes. Right. And they continue. And she asked him a question. He answered very kindly, and was very respectful. But then, of course, the internet reacts like, "Oh, look at you! You didn't even shake his hand," and the awkwardness. It's like, no. Yeah. There was a common misunderstanding, right? And she realized that she was in the wrong, and she respected his religious beliefs in that situation. And then he was respectful in all her questions and interacting. Like, yeah, I can interact with you, but I'm a married man, and I can't touch.
Are you telling me the
woman.
Internet made something out of nothing again?
I know.
Again? No way.
I know.
Freaking idiots.
Yeah, but it is crazy. But it is crazy. You got any like devout Muslims in Hell Hounds yet? No,
No.
Okay, they'll be the champions.
We'll get
Yeah.
It's not to say that they don't exist somewhere in the sport.
Oh no, they not in the Hell Hounds. And worldwide, they send a team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What from Egypt or something?
I believe there has been teams from the Middle East. I'm not sure exactly where, but I know for a fact there's been Middle East teams.
Yeah.
And they usually do pretty well.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, what was that meme that you saw about Iran in the World Cup?
Which one? My God. Oh, what is it? That Hot Ones. What's his name? That Idris Elba.
Yeah.
During Hot Ones eating the wing, and then he has like that face realizing like what he just did. Somebody commented like, when you realize that Iran is now actually eligible contender in the Olympics in the U.S. coming up soon. We're like,
really?
ooh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing. So while we were at the Rialto, of course, that was the story was developing of the bombs being dropped in Iran and us essentially, in putting ourselves into this war, which a lot of people on both sides are kind of like, it seems like an escalation that we didn't need to be involved in.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated issue, obviously, and there's a lot of people that already speculated we've already been in World War III for a good year or so. It's been like a shadow
10
thing.
years.
Yeah. So this is just more a thing. It's crazy though when you read through all the little comments where because the irony is pointed out quickly where Trump drops some bombs and say, okay, we want peace.
Yeah.
Like,
we're cool, bro.
It's like you run up and you punch us in the face like, hey, could we be cool now?
It's that meme of that bully coming up to that kid with that face like, I said we're cool now, we're peaceful.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, but there is some good news in that. It seems like the regime in Iran wants change. The Ayatollah is getting a lot of grief within, and so that might happen. On top of that, I want to share with you a picture that has nothing to do with Iran directly, but this is the rest of the world reacting to Jeff Bezos. This is an actual banner. So Jeff Bezos and Laura Sanchez were going to throw a massive wedding party in Venice, Italy. Now, we've already did a report on the people in Spain and Italy. They're overcrowded with tourism this year, right? And they do not like it. So in Spain, they actually have squirt guns and they're squirting tourists, to kind of defer them, go back to where you came from, kind of thing.
Get the spray bottle like a cat.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now,
scatter away.
Jeff Bezos had to change his venue for the massive wedding party that he's going to throw from Venice. One of the reasons is because the escalation that's happening in Iran and Israel, and it's a little too close to home. Yeah. And the other reason is because the people of Venice do not want him. And this was something that was shown by protesters. If you could rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax. And thanks, Italy, for having our back here. Yeah. Pay the tax, bro. It's super rich. Guy's getting richer by the second. And not
this guy coming over here.
Yeah.
Disrespecting.
Exactly. Don't mess with
you don't mess with Italians.
Forget about it. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We just showed an image of protesters in Venice, basically not welcoming Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez in their massive wedding party that apparently the rich do. They do a wedding party before the wedding. It's almost like a match. Yeah. It's like a month-long celebration. It's like Jonathan Russell celebrating a birthday. It's just nonstop, right?
30 days.
Yeah. But Venice don't want them, and now they're looking for another location and stuff. But I did see, because these times we always come across these pieces of the living Nostradamuses, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the Baba Ganoushas, or I don't know what their names are. But there's a couple, quote unquote, living Nostradamus out there predicting the future. And of course, apocalyptic stuff. But one alleged psychic predicted bad news for Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. And it's that their wedding won't last. Their marriage won't last.
What?
They'll end in divorce.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like, well, then make me a psychic too, dude. Because I never see that happening.
Are you getting paid for this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. He's the
50-50. No, I mean, we're for him because he has one divorce. But Lauren Sanchez is working on her fourth marriage.
It's like Tom Brady of divorces.
Yes. She is
You get a ring each time.
Yeah.
I said it before, but it's been a long time since bestowed the title of goat hoe, right? A gold digger, right? She is the greatest of all time when it comes to gold digging. Lauren Sanchez has a beautiful history of, shacking up with successful and rich people. But, she would always go for what's called, and this is what I learned from my hot friends, hot suburban friends, the BBD. You know what the BBD is, Megan? Tell them what the BBD is. She looked down. She knows exactly what it is. What is it?
No, that's all right.
I plead the fifth.
I'll plead the fifth.
We're
going to stick with that one.
Yeah. The bigger, better, and deal or D. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of soccer moms out there that are in there and say, oh, my husband makes 6 figures. That's cool. But I'm still keeping an eye out for the BBD. Right.
The 7-figure guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah.
And working their way up that
she
tax
jump
bracket.
from millionaire to billionaire. She's like, oh, I can keep going.
Yes. And so
Okay.
Lauren Sanchez, as a kind of a career, she took her assets. She started off as a news anchor-ish, right? She's in the media. And then she got with Tony Gonzalez of the Chiefs, right? That was already, he's tall, good looking, athletic, and a millionaire, a star athlete, Hall of Famer, dumped him for another richer guy. I think it was like a agent of sorts. And there was another guy in between that was even richer.
There's a few Microsoft execs here and there.
Yes. And then she worked her way up to literally the richest man in the world. And I know there's a lot of women out there that have got a couple marriages under their belt and have done this, right? But nobody, and I repeat, nobody has done it better than Lauren Sanchez, the greatest of all time.
I'm not even
Everybody's
mad. I'm
got
impressed.
a ladder to climb.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, sure, she has to bang like a lazy-eyed short king, but hey, maybe for just a year or two. And I'm sure she's not signing a prenup because the GOAT knows how to avoid that as well. So I salute you, greatest of all time. We got a beef tip coming up after these words. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah.
What I would love so much during that Venice vacation if they actually did that there, like the gondola ride. Could you imagine the guy with the accordion or on the front doing the boat thing? He just looks back and goes, so why you not to pay more taxes?
Yeah.
Like, get us off this boat. This guy won't stop.
Oh, I thought Nessa was telling me to take breath. I was talking too fast, but you feeling anxiety, Linz?
Look
I
at
hope
her.
you feel better.
She's anxious.
Definitely breathe in. Hopefully, maybe a little Faker Florida will help you out because earlier this morning we did that. In case you missed it, well, something like this. Check it out. That's not my bad. A couple oops, my bad situations that happened in the world. Let's start off with this one. There was a business, a DIY store that had to walk back and apologize for a business strategy, a marketing campaign and slogan they thought would basically boost sales, but then in hindsight realized was extremely sexist, and they had to say, oops, my bad. So if you've ever been to UK or Ireland, you might have come across a do-it-yourself store name with the name of B&Q. It's a chain store, right? That's been forced to apologize after advertising a storage unit they said was so easy to put together, even if you're a girl.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Hey, ladies, even you could do it with the small, petite, little, pretty brain, huh? Now, obviously, when that came out, outrage ensued. They're like, what do you mean? I mean, most of the time, a lot of these wives are ending up doing it themselves because their husbands may be too lazy. So putting together a storage unit, even if you're a girl. So the DIY store, B&Q, officially put out a statement saying, oops, our bad. All right. So that's first example of that. All right. Here's our second example of oops, my bad. This one I have some audio. This is hilarious. There was a lawyer trying to argue his case in court. The judge is a female judge. It's important to note this before I play the audio because you're going to see why he quickly said, oops, my bad. Listen to this.
It could have been three separate.
Okay, but it wasn't three separate.
I know,
Let's go
but-
with what happened in the case.
But honey, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That I don't know what to say to that. I apologize.
Okay, go ahead.
And at that point, that's when he knew he lost the case, dude.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in court and that's your lawyer, well, what kind of look are you giving him?
A very, very bad one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's rough.
Yeah, so he
Caught
had to
himself
say,
immediately. He's like, oh, God.
yes.
What have I done?
Immediately. Well, and it's so crazy too because it's almost like a part of the brain, like a trauma part of the brain when you're having like an argument, say with your significant other.
Yeah.
So I know that he kind of
Yeah.
put himself in a situation where he's arguing with his significant other and said, honey,
Yep.
but that's patronizing anyways, right? You can't do that.
Babe.
I know when I was at the tail end of my last relationship and it got toxic, unfortunately, when we were having like arguments and stuff, I accidentally called my ex the name of my previous ex from like a decade
Ooh.
prior.
Whoa.
Because in my brain, subconsciously, it brought me back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Sucked, dude. So I feel this dude's
Damn.
pain. This was in Colorado, and yes, he lost the case. So,
Whoops.
yeah, and even though he said, "Oops, my bad." So
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you
yeah,
go. Oops, my bad of the week. All right, we have a pair of
Brutal.
tickets to give away for Iron Chef. So if you'd like to go to Iron Chef and join us July 22nd at Desert Diamond Casino's Diamond Center in Sayrita, caller number 69 right now, 600 KFMA, 605-362. You can get more information at ironcheftucson.com, but a free pair of tickets will go to
I'm coughing up blood. I'm good.
All right, we're back here. Looks like Rico just confirmed and committed to being a Tucson Hell Hound, or at least trying. Oh, look at it. You got to bark when you do it?
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
You got to figure out your name though. What name are you gonna go with?
Rico the Raver? No.
I'm gonna go with Rico the Ravager. That way you can take it to the bedroom too.
There you go. Alliteration is good. Oh,
Now we're
Ravager.
talking.
He's a gentle Ravager, ladies. You have that. There was no cursing in that audio that you just played or that video that you just played.
Just oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Play that
damn.
real quick into the microphone. So James has a clip when he was doing an exhibition and kind of knocked the guy out. Put it right up to the microphone there. That was a hit that he did on an opponent. And after he showed that video, Rico's like, yeah, man. I'm like, what? Dude. Better man than I. But yeah, that's awesome. So Tucson Hell Hounds, make sure you follow them on Instagram. And of course, this Saturday, we got a big bingo event that's happening at the American Legion's Post 7. It's the Lucky Kilt Bingo. And that's going to raise funds for the Tucson Celtic Festival. The fundraising event will be Saturday, June 28th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at American Legion Post, and it's open to the public. So if you want to get your bingo on, plus raise money for a great cause, that's happening this Saturday night, and you can get that information at Tucson Hell Hounds as they posted a flyer for that as well. And get more information at TucsonCelticFestival.org. Let me give you a beef tip before we wrap things up. Speaking of Celtic, of course, you wear green to feel lucky and be lucky, but according to color psychology expert, you might want to wear green in general. She said green is the psychological primary color that balances the other three, and if you're too stressed, it will calm you down. If you're down in the dumps, it will lift you up. Green is the color that you wear that'll make you feel good, and you're like nodding your head in approval there, Megan. You've heard this before?
Yeah, it's part of color theory. I used to do interior design, and it comes into like the colors you select in your home and your environment have different effects on you, and green is a really good color to surround yourself
Look
with.
at that instant validation. Yeah, so if
We
you
got
thought
science.
I was BSing, Megan got my back on that. There you go. Megan and James, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you guys Saturday at some bingo action. Tucson Hell Hounds, follow them on Instagram, get all that information, TucsonHellHounds.com. But unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Oh, damn! Oh, damn! Yeah, that's audio you should play right now. Just as we go out. On that.
Grief, but if
Ready?
you get mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.